Good morning, students. Let us continue with the chapter Selected Snobberies and particularly the disease snobbery. The author writes, in the case of those commoner disease snobs whose claim to distinction is that they suffer from one of the maladies of the rich, exasperation is not tempered by very much sympathy. He says that even in the case of common diseases, there are snobs suffering from common diseases, and they claim the reason behind feeling proud of it, that they are suffering from the ailments, the maladies of the rich people. He says that exasperation is not tempered by sympathy. The irritation, the anger, it is not moderated by the very fact of sympathizing these people. People who possess sufficient leisure, sufficient wealth, not to mention sufficient health, to go traveling from spa to spa, from doctor to fashionable doctor, in search of cures from problematical diseases, cannot expect us to be very lavish in our solicitude and pity. He says that the people who are having sufficient leisure, free time, sufficient wealth, they are having money enough, not to mention sufficient health, that they are not physically fit to go traveling from spa to spa. They keep on traveling from one spot to another, from spa to spa, from one space to other space, one place to another place, from doctor to fashionable doctor, from one doctor to another famous doctor, in search of cures from problematical diseases, just in order to get the treatment of such disease, cannot expect us to be very lavish. Even they cannot expect from us that we should be lavish, we should be profused in our concern and pity. Disease snobbery is only one out of a great multitude of snobberies. He says that there are number of snobberies, and disease snobbery is just one snobbery out of that number, of which now some, now other take pride of place in general esteem. There are number of snobberies of which now some people, now other people, they feel proud of. For snobberies ebb and flow, because snobberies increase and decrease. Their empire rises and declines. Their existence in the society, it rises and it falls. And falls in the most approved historical manner. And decline of the snobbery, it is also in historical manner. What were good snobberies 100 years ago are now out of fashion. He says that the snobberies which were quite famous good 100 years ago, now those snobberies are outdated, out of fashion. Thus, the snobbery of family is everywhere on the decline. Example he gives that the snobbery of family, a person belonging to a big ancient family, was the very reason to feel proud of He says that this snobbery of family now everywhere it is on decline. The reason is the joint family system it is destroying, and now single family system is there in the society. The snobbery of culture still strong has now to wrestle with an organized and active lowbrowism. Talking about culture snobbery, he says that still it is strong in our society. But now, for its existence, it has to compete with lowbrowism, low intellect, with a snobbery of ignorance and stupidity unique. It has to compete with the snobbery of ignorance and snobbery of stupidity. So far as I know, in the whole of history, as far as my knowledge is concerned, he says that culture snobbery, no doubt it is strong, still strong, but whereas its existence is concerned, it has to compete with lowbrowism, it has to compete with the snobbery of ignorance, the snobbery of stupidity. Hardly less characteristic of our age is that repulsive bourge snobbery born of American prohibition. He says that another snobbery is also characteristical, and it is a repulsive, a hateable snobbery, bourge snobbery. This is the snobbery related to the drinking of the person, and it took its birth of American prohibition. There was a period when liquor was completely banned in America from 1910 to 1933. It was completely prohibited, and this snobbery took birth at that time. The malefic influence of this snobbery are rapidly spreading all over the world. He says, the harmful influences of this snobbery, the harmful effects of this snobbery, they are rapidly, speedily spreading all over the world. Even in France, where the existence of so many varieties of delicious wine has hitherto imposed a judicious connoisseurship and has led to the branding of mere drinking as a brutish solecism. Even in France, the American bourge snobbery, with its odious accompaniments, a taste for hard drinks in general and for cocktail in particular, is making headway among the riches. He says that even in France, well known for the varieties of liquor, varieties of wine, he says that where the existence of so many varieties of delicious wine, there is a variety of delicious wine, and because of that, there is an artistic balance. He says that, and has led to the branding of mere drinking as a brutish solecism. In France, the mere drinking, it was considered as an act of an animal-like action. Even in that country, the American bourge snobbery, says the author, with its odious accompaniments, with its harmful impacts, a taste for hard drink in general. People are interested to taste the hard drinks. For the cocktails in particular, cocktails, the mixing of one or two or three brands of wine. is making headway among the rich. It is becoming quite common in the rich people, whereas France is concerned. Booth snobbery has now made it socially permissible. He says that booth snobbery now it has entered into the society, and in some circles even rather creditable. In some circles, in some sort of societies, it has a respectable place, this particular booth snobbery. For because well brought up men, and this is the novelty, well brought up women of all ages. The reason why this snobbery is having a respectable place in some of the circles, in some of the societies, he says that the well brought up men, rich men, not only the men, the new thing is there, well brought up women of all ages, from 15 to 70, from the age of 15 to the age of 70. He says, to be seen drunk, can easily be seen that they have drink. If not in public, if not in a party, in a public place, at least in the very much tempered privacy of a party. They can be seen drunk in the private place in a party. But the fact is there that the people from the age group of 15 years to 70 years, they can be seen drunk in some of the societies where this booth snobbery has acquired a respectable, reputed place. Mark it here. Thank you very much.